Ellen McCauley at Pray It Up in Syracuse, New York. Now, I am going to email everyone. There is and it's not in your packet. I already said there was only room for 22 sheets of paper. So the next 2 articles I'm going to talk about are not in your packet, but I will email them. Pat, it's not in your packet. Okay. It's called, the first one's the Summer Diet Plan. And it's a low-cal diet coupled with body shape-up. And it's very good. It's trying to tell people to try to stick to 1,500. And you might say, oh, that's way too much. I would gain weight at 1,500. I don't think most people in this room realize how many calories they're actually eating. You really need to go and get an app like MyFitnessPal or one of those and actually write in there and measure. And you might be even hurting yourself. I thought I was having a cup of Fairlife milk on my oatmeal, and I was having a half a cup. I said, I think I'm going to measure that. I was a half a cup. So sometimes you're hurting yourself. So you need to eat right and move more. Now, I heard people say, I would walk more, but it's too hot. And that was the same person who in the winter said to me, I would walk more, but it's too cold. So I said, well, Goldilocks, why don't you go somewhere where it's not too hot and not too cold and walk there? And there are places, I believe they're called malls. And you can go there and walk. People do it all the time. People walk at West Genesee High School. They have a summer walking thing. I don't know what days it is, but if you want to know, I'll find out and email it to you. So you have to walk. So one of the things I think you really need to pay attention to this summer is protein and fiber. One of the people in the group who's been losing weight pretty well said that her doctor said she needed to increase her protein and she was afraid she'd gain weight. Protein has calories, but your body takes longer to eat it. Now, if you are watching your carbohydrates and not having like a piece of chicken and a honker roll, and you might increase your protein calories, but you shouldn't gain weight from increasing your protein if you're watching the other things. So I know there's people who still haven't embraced breakfast. I talked about it last week. I'll talk about it forever. You need that protein first thing. And people write on their log black coffee for breakfast. I don't even need to know that because there's no calories. It's not nutritional. It's, you know, if you like coffee, that's great. But what you really should be writing for breakfast is a honker chicken, or I'm honkering it up tonight because you guys really need to get rid of the honker bread and have the honker chicken. So try to eat something for breakfast. One of the things that my sister likes, and we bought some, are Dave's Killer Bagels. They sell them at Target. They're 100 calories a piece. And the serving size is 3. I don't recommend that unless you're going to eat them with no butter, nothing on them. So
Mini.
they're mini. They're very little. So I suggest you get one and maybe put some butter on it, maybe some cream cheese, because cream cheese in moderation isn't bad for you, and then maybe have a bowl of blueberries. Or maybe put some peanut butter on it, 2 tablespoons, and have some protein with that. But I see those Dave Killer Bagels as more of a treat, because they can be pretty addictive. Because they're killer and they're bagels, right? All right. So, people also are starting to eat more Ezekiel bread, and I highly recommend it. And I recommend the wraps, and I recommend, now, if you're having 2 pieces of Ezekiel toast, eggs, bacon, potatoes, I think that's a little much, okay? If you're having 2 pieces of Ezekiel toast, that's 160 calories. And unless you're eating it dry, there's some butter or something else on there. And then you have your eggs. You really don't need the home fries or the bacon. Because to me, bacon is, again, a treat. So, open-faced veggie burger. To me, a veggie burger is to dress up. It's almost like Halloween. There's the veggie burger. What can I put on it? Salsa? Why not? Cut up red onions? Why not? How about some cut up pickles and olives? Why not? We can put whatever we want on it. By the time I'm done, it's so delicious. And you don't even need like ketchup or mustard or anything because it's got salsa. I believe in putting salsa on just about everything. So, and it's so good for you, it really is. Then another thing is pasta. This group eats a lot of pasta and a lot of lasagna. I'm not saying you can't, but how about spaghetti squash? If you don't know how to make it, my husband has a video on YouTube, Bob McCauley, spaghetti squash. He's the best spaghetti squash maker in the world. It's been viewed 8 million times, almost. Not really, but anyway.
Yeah, maybe 8 times.
8 times. But the thing is, if you're going to have pasta, there's protein pasta. There's Barilla protein. There's whole wheat pasta. There's different choices you can make. Also, omelets. Omelets are delicious. You can get an egg beater's omelet. You don't have to even have cheese in it if that's triggery for you. You can have broccoli and onions, all kinds of stuff. Enjoy your food. You can enjoy your food this summer and still lose weight. And here's something else. You can buy zucchini noodles. You can go to Wegmans and get a container, and they're delicious. I find those Veggie-matic things are a little hard to use, you know? Some people have no trouble with them. But you can buy cut-up noodles, and they're delicious. Also, French toast. French toast, to me, isn't a weight loss food. You know, syrup isn't a weight loss food. Even if you're having the sugar-free syrup, it's full of chemicals. Always watch the labels on that sugar-free stuff, okay, everybody? That's what started people getting obese, is the diet soda and all the sugar-free products. Because people thought, oh, I can eat all this stuff, and they started gaining weight. Also, mini pizzas. I'm a firm believer in cauliflower crust. I'm a firm believer in veggie pizzas, and you can really doctor those up as well. Also, frozen fudge bars. I mean, there's some frozen fudge bars that have no chemicals and they're 100 calories and they're to die for. The only trouble with is you want a second frozen fudge bar once you have the first, so just be careful. Also, a lot of people have trail mix, and I don't think that's really a good snack because it's very difficult to eat a half a cup of trail mix. And if you're out there saying, what is it? I don't know. They have it in their food logs, and a lot of people have it. I don't know if you buy it, I don't know if you make it, but I don't really think it's a healthy snack. Fruit, protein, that sort of thing is a healthier snack. If you want to have a trail mix on Thursday night after pray it off, great. A whole wheat or a turkey wrap with an Ezekiel wrap or a tortilla, delicious. Salmon. If you haven't tried salmon in a few years, I really think you need to give it another shot. I'm addicted to it. I try to have it at least once a week. I do buy the expensive kind that doesn't have mercury because I'm worth it. We are worth it, okay? Also, when I send this to you, I really want you to read it because the only way we're going to be summer heroes is if we start eating a little healthier. I've included a seasonal produce guide that I'm going to email you. There's a couple copies here of everything that's in peak season in June, July, and August. Avocados, apples, apricots, berries, all kinds of beautiful melons. Teresa, I bought a melon dehydrator at the garage sale, brand new, 20 bucks. It sells for over $200. I paid $20. And I know. But anyway, I can't wait to dehydrate melon. Also the vegetables, artichokes, arugula, beans, beets, broccoli, cauliflower. All these things are prime this time of year. So this is very important to know. Spinach, snow peas, sweet peppers. Fall in love with vegetables again. There are all your summer logs. You're gonna actually hand them in, and I am going to look at them all. I'm not gonna give them back to you. I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna make comments. I'm gonna say, these are the most beautiful logs I've ever seen in my life. Possible. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop right there, Bob, because I wanna talk about the song.